order. Roll call, please.
Eva Karlstrom.
Larry Hokenettle.
Scott Meredith.
Elaine Woodhurst Sloat.
Jerry Ogburn.
The posting of the agenda was?
May 8th at 4:30.
Thank you. Do I have a approval of the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of April 8th.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. Minutes approved of April 8th meeting. Is there any communications, any public communications, comments? This is open to the public. No communications. Any written communications? No written communications. Reports from the board.
There was an issue at the last meeting where a former board member wanted I guess the two of you were the ones who went down. Did you ever do that with?
Yes.
Yeah, and what was the results of that?
I
guess he was unhappy with, I don't even recall.
Well, what we did is he had a few complaints of vendors having invalid product, and which we did look into it, and we found 3 or 4 of them that we asked them to come back to the meeting because they had invalid products on their table. Basically, a couple of them haven't come back.
This is their first meeting. They're here today.
Oh, are they here today? Okay, good. And so we'll be resolving a couple of them today.
Ah, thank you.
And there's also some booth presentation issues that were addressed.
Okay.
Awnings and things.
Too high, too short.
We were just following the guidelines of VillageFest. And that was an issue that he had as well, so it was addressed.
Perfect.
So basically, our complainer is hopefully happy now.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. All right, reports from the staff. No staff reports. Public reports, one more time. No public reports. All right. So then we'll move on to Mighty Tasty. How you doing?
Very good.
So this is what pertains to these letters here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what our situation is, we have a couple of complaints of you are being loud. You're playing your radio real loud.
We don't have a radio. We had a radio one night when the Lakers were playing, but that was it. And we were listening to the Lakers game.
Okay,
we
just
don't-
basically they said it's full volume with the basketball game.
Yeah. We did that one night, and we don't normally take a radio.
Okay, so we won't be doing that anymore?
No, we won't.
All right. Our other issue is that you are hollering a lot, free peanuts, approaching people, being aggressive.
We don't approach anybody. We just yell from inside the booth, offering free samples. And I've talked to all the vendors around us, and all of them they kind of kid around and offer free samples too, and tell them it's us. And I've talked to all of them, and they don't seem to, mind what we're doing. And the staff member has been over there the last 2 Thursdays and didn't seem to feel that we were loud. We don't do aggressive sales. I mean, we don't go out into the street and force people to taste our product. I know there was one 3 Thursdays ago where one of our employees was kind of hostile and got into it with my brother, who's a partner. And I think that's where the complaint was coming from, actually. I don't think it had to do anything with us offering our samples. Because I wasn't there, I wasn't present at the time, but evidently it did get kind of loud.
So what are, so obviously we've had a couple complaints, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So.
Do I get to know who the complaints are from, or the?
There's 2 letters that are unsigned, so, no.
Well, because I got a competitor that's down the street. I mean, I don't think it's fair if it's from him. If it's from someone that's near our booth, then I can respect that.
Well, this one says directly across from Roasted Almonds, the first one, but it's signed a concerned vendor.
Uh-huh.
I have a little bit of an issue with barking or hawking, as this puts it, any kind of merchandise at VillageFest. I think it should be kept to a minimum.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't encourage people to buy your product in some way, but you know, it's an event that is for everyone. So I don't want to say you can't hawk or bark, you know, be a barker with your items, but I think it should be kept to a minimum.
Right.
You know, tone it down and then just take it from there.
Okay.
If everybody's happy around you and there's not a lot of loudness, you know, I can understand, you know, I've been to your booth, I buy your product, and sometimes you know, you get a little, you know, people could get a little aggressive when they want to get business. So you just have to keep that in mind, that there's other people around you, and we'll take it from there, and then we'll see how the people around you feel. We'll go ask them,
Okay.
you know, because you're not the only person that I have an issue with on this subject.
Okay.
But just try to keep it to a minimum, you know, so that the people just passing your booth can hear it, because maybe it becomes a little monotonous for, you know, someone right
Right.
across the way to hear you for 4 hours.
Okay.
And just try it, you know, to just tone it down.
Okay.
But you have a good product, and I like your booth. You know,
Okay.
it fits right in as that country fair look, and
Right.
and I think it's a nice booth. But
Okay.
just keep the hawking like to a minimum.
Okay, I will do.
Is that it?
Is there anything else?
No?
No?
I mean, we all want to hear the Lakers win, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't blast
Well,
it.
actually, a lot of people were coming in. The reason why we're turning, a lot of people were coming asking, what's the score, because we did have it low at first, and we got tired of people asking us, so we did kind of
So you just
turn
cranked
it
it
up.
for the world to
Yeah.
hear.
And if the noise, if someone already has, you know, a feeling that there's a lot of noise coming from your booth, they're just going to pick up on the littlest thing.
Right, right.
So if it was one time, it was one time. and,
Right, I understand.
You know,
I
but
understand.
you know, just keep in mind that there's people around you, there's businesses behind you and in front of you, and just try to just keep the conversation like right in the front of your booth.
Okay, will do.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I just
Jerry.
make an observation that I've gone by the booth a number of times, and I feel real uncomfortable with it. I don't think it's just an issue of the adjoining vendors and what they may think. I think it's an event concern. If I can picture 50% or 70% of the vendors on the street exhibiting the kind of behavior that what I've seen in that booth, we'd have a serious problem with the event. And I think just as the board has to keep a real tight rein, as you have, on the quality of products that are sold, I think that there's also a behavior that's suitable to a family event. And I think that's something that we all need to be a little more aware of. This type of behavior, if it was spread up and down the street, I could see where we could have some real problems with city council members and others that feel that maybe the event's going the wrong way.
Right.
So, that's just my personal experience. I didn't feel comfortable with what I saw.
What is it that you saw that made you feel uncomfortable?
I thought a little erratic behavior, noise,
Well-
aggressiveness.
May I ask what aggressiveness and what behavior that was it that you saw?
From my value judgment, I just didn't feel comfortable around it.
Well, can you give me an example
No.
of our behavior?
I'm making an observation that I'm saying I did not feel comfortable because you were argumentative and aggressive, and it was a little bit of a carny look, and I just didn't feel comfortable with it, frankly.
I don't understand if you can't give me an example, because we're willing to change and work with you, but I needed examples and to know which way you feel we're
Well,
being
sir,
aggressive.
you're giving me an example right now.
Well, I'm just trying to get an idea of what it is that you guys
Yeah,
expect
if
from
this
us
is
and want.
half the attitude of what, you're probably being pretty nice right now. If you're being a little more aggressive than you are down on the street, that's what we don't want in the Village Fest, period. We don't want people being cornered, hollered at, you know, I've gone by there and I've had comments because I didn't take free peanuts. There's a comment hollered. And so that's, you know, I just blew it off, walked by. But, you know, that's just sort of a, and it's a good example what you just now gave us in the 2 minutes you were talking.
Well, I just cook.
This is what we do not want.
All I do is cook there. That's all I do.
Well, are you in charge?
I'm one of the owners. My brother and my sister are the other two owners, and all I do is cook. My brother's the one that actually does the hollering and the hawking, as you want to call it.
Well, like I said before, it needs to be toned way down. We're trying, you know, it's a family event on a quiet little street in Palm Springs, and we just want to keep a certain feel. No carnival atmosphere, you know, we're trying to keep it more of an arts and crafts venue, and just tone it down.
Okay.
So I guess we'd consider this as a, would this be a first warning? We had the issue before where we've spoken to them? Because somebody wrote here on the letter that, let's see, I would appreciate very much someone from the board to come and speak with this man. He is very disrespectful to women, so it should be another man that speaks to him. So have you had situations with other women, you or whoever else is in your booth that you know of, that you've been disrespectful to?
Not that I know of, no. Like I said, I don't understand. I'm just trying to understand what it is, like, you know, like you were saying right there, what situation we've been disrespectful. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone.
Well, if you're not sure, why don't you step back, go across the way, look, watch your booth, watch it in action, see what's wrong, because
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
not there all the
I
time.
didn't
You
mean
are.
I didn't mean to be disrespectful to him either. I'm just trying to find out what exactly is the problem so I can correct it. I mean,
Well, I think we pretty well told you what the problem was.
well.
Maybe you didn't hear it.
I still don't understand. Just like that letter seemed being disrespectful to women.
Well, this is obviously somebody that is another vendor that is watching what's going on. And so this is what either she saw you or somebody else in your booth being disrespectful. I don't know what the circumstances were, but that's what they are
Yeah, that's all I'm
complaining
trying.
about.
That's all I'm trying to understand here is what the circumstances.
Have any of your neighbors, meaning other vendors, come up to you and asked you to correct some of these problems?
No, none.
Could they have talked to anybody else that works in your booth?
I've talked to everybody. Like I said, it's my mom, my brother, and my sister are main ones, and my nephew.
Well, because we have 2 written complaints, so there's obviously an issue.
Right.
You know,
And-
we're not always there. I mean, when we get these these letters, we're not standing there
And then,
all the
like I
time.
said,
They are.
when I signed that letter, one of her staff members said that they were there the last 2 Thursdays checking us out because of these complaints, and didn't feel that we were being disrespectful, unusually noisy, or anything like that.
Well, if you're not really sure what the issues are, I think you need to step back and look at your own booth. Like I said, walk away, walk across the street. Don't even let the people know that you are watching them. Walk back up to your booth and watch it, and then maybe you'll know.
Okay.
Because there's obviously some issues. And this is a family event. You know, we want to keep it toned down as far as, being aggressive in any way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so consider this as your first warning.
Okay.
I guess we have a 3-strike rule. All right, at this point, we'll go to the applicants for consideration and review. When we call your name, please come up and stand where the lovely gentleman was just standing, and show us what you have to that you want to present to us. And if you are approved, Elaine will contact you the following day and let you know what you're supposed to do as far as where you're supposed to meet her or your times and everything. If you're approved and it's before 5 o'clock, you could go up to the clerk's office and get your permits and things that you need for VillageFest, so you don't have to come back and do that again here. prior to starting the program. So at this time, we'll call the top of the tram, please.
Good afternoon. I'd like to first off begin by saying thank you for your approval before. We've definitely noticed a substantial increase in people coming up the Friday after, the Saturday after. We're trying to really target, obviously, the tourists that visit and trying to get the locals back. That's kind of a long, slow process, given the fact that the food service up there for quite a long time was less than palatable. So, but what I am requesting today is to possibly, we don't want to sell any sort of food items at the street fair. We would like to sell gift certificates. That way to entice people to make more of a commitment to come up to the restaurant. We actually have 3 different types, and I'll pass these out. This right here is an example menu of Elevations, a new restaurant that we just began up at the top of the tramway. It's more of a gourmet fine dining restaurant. And we just began at the first of this month. We've actually got some very good feedback on it. So we would actually want to sell dollar amount gift certificates for that, possibly enticing them with a discount. In other words, maybe like a $50 gift certificate for $40, just something to entice them to come up and give us a shot. We also have the regular ride and dine, so to speak, but now the tickets are purchased separately. You purchase the ride ticket from the tramway, and the next booth over, you actually purchase a dine ticket for a discount at the Valley Station before you go up. So we would want to actually sell gift certificates for the dine portion, which would be $11.50 for adults and $7 for children. And then the tramway also, since I was down here, wanted me to also submit the fact that they would want to sell their regular ride gift certificates down there also.
Are there more than one? Is there more than one restaurant now at the top?
It's the same actual restaurant, but it's now divided into 2 tiers. You have the regular buffet line, and then on the far side of the restaurant, I apologize, I should have brought some pictures, but we put this beautiful 15 foot high, 26 foot long gold and maroon curtain. So it's almost like you're walking into a castle, and then everything on the other side of that curtain is all tablecloths and candlelights, and just you're very fine. Our chef is phenomenal. We've had nothing but positive feedback from all of the concierges, hotel staff. We invited up the CPA. We did a Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting last Thursday. So it's been going real well. Now this would be an example of the gift certificate, at least for the time being, that we would issue out for the dollar amount for Elevations and the ticket for the meal at the restaurant. Eventually we do want to go to sort of a gift card type setup, the ones that look like the credit cards.
As
No.
a lifelong resident of Palm Springs, I'm very happy to see a little more upscale dining at the top of that mountain. I think it's a great idea, and it's a long time coming.
Yes, we do agree with you.
I think someone tried it like 20 years ago, but I don't know if it worked.
Well, obviously if it worked well, it'd probably still be up there. So, but this was the time to be able to do it, and we've gotten the proper staff. The general manager that we hired up at the top of the tram restaurant is phenomenal. The chef has got experience both at the Merv Griffin, the Givenchy, and the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills. He's won awards for some of his desserts and some of his entrees. He is just a phenomenal chef.
So would this all be inclusive in the same booth that you have now?
Yes. For all intents and purposes, we would just have a credit card machine and a cash register that would sell nothing other than gift certificates, dollar amount, dinner tickets, or ride tickets.
Where are we at in legalities of doing this?
No, no,
They're not in as a sponsor?
no,
Okay, so,
they're in the food area. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they give out samples of ribs.
right.
Right.
But you're gonna
Right.
continue to do that, correct?
Yes, that will still, everything else
That
remains
was gone
status
really
quo.
fast.
It's, the city actually is part of their governing board, right? In some ways, they're affiliated with the city. They're not a nonprofit, I suppose.
No.
So it's,
Museum.
The tramway would be, the tram
The
itself
tram
would be
is
the
not the
nonprofit.
restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurants would be.
The restaurant, you actually pay a lease payment to the tram?
Commission fee,
A commission fee.
a percentage of
So
sales.
you're a vendor.
Yes,
You're not.
under a concessions contract.
Yeah, concession, is a concessionaire, so for profit. It would be like any other restaurant, for profit business.
Okay,
So,
but we don't let any of our other restaurants sell just their product as far as, well, it'd just be certificates, so.
The same thing, just
Yeah.
going to get it later rather
Yeah,
than getting
yeah,
it on the
yeah.
spot.
how many anybody's asked? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I just don't want to open up, you know, something that we've been denying other people under different circumstances, but really it's the same thing.
If we're
I
very
just want to make sure we're not
So-
stepping on that.
Yeah, so if, New York Pizza Delivery or Laveria's or, any of those merchants want to sell gift certificates, what would be?
Yep.
Well, 'cause-
I guess I don't see a problem with this, because I can't remember another request like this.
Yeah, I don't either. This is sort of new.
Well, the real intention of a restaurant at VillageFest is to promote their business.
And which this does.
And it's a unique situation. You said their affiliation with the city. So they're promoting their restaurant without selling food.
Well, the restaurant helps enhance that as a tourist attraction, so I think there is an incentive, there would be an incentive from a spring standpoint. And it's not like they're in direct competition with other restaurants, but you've got to take a fairly expensive train ride to get up there and back.
Right.
We're actually working on that, well, at least from the elevation standpoint, somebody with a confirmed reservation for elevations would be offered some sort of a discounted tram ride.
Okay, well, it's still.
But that's still in the works. So it won't be as expensive.
I guess we wouldn't be able to prevent another restaurant from doing the same thing, would we?
No, and as you mentioned that, I wouldn't really see a problem with them selling gift certificates. Because they're there to promote their restaurant.
Right. That would be fine.
All right.
Well, I think we're good to go.
Answers my question.
Well, then, I'll make a motion that we approve Top of the Tram and Elevations Restaurant
Aye.
to sell gift certificates.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. Good luck.
Thank you very much. I look forward to you guys coming out and giving it a shot.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Get back.
Actually, those were for you.
Oh, great.
Okay,
Those were
thanks.
copies. Have a good night.
Thanks a lot. West Coast Candles. All right. Claire DeRosa. Are you West Coast Candles? Okay.
Mexican.
No, she's
Oh.
he's Mexican.
Okay, you're later.
Oh.
Sorry. This is.
So is this West Coast Candles?
No.
this is Claire DeRosa.
Oh, okay.
No
Yeah,
show.
but you put her to postpone.
Okay, I remember now. I remember your face.
Oh, good. Okay. You don't remember my product?
I do now.
Okay. Okay. So you remember the lucite hearts and the crosses and the stuff. Okay. Now, the last time I showed you this piece that was not finished yet, and now it is. Okay. So it goes like this. Oops. Ah. Oh no.
We get the idea. It's okay.
Alright, well, no, I mean, it's, well, yeah, but,
Is that a different one or the same
no,
one?
no, it's the same one, but it's finished now.
Oh, I- 'cause
Because
it
the
looked
last time
bigger.
it was not finished, so I'm going to give it to you.
You sure? Well, there you go.
With my hair in it. I'm sorry. Okay, then I have another piece that's not finished, but I have the drawing to show you what it's going to be kind of looking like.
So how many pieces do you?
Just to prove that I'm, that I'm doing it. I mean, okay.
Okay, so that's just a different stage.
It's a It's,
Of where you're
it's
at
a
on that.
different piece, but I mean it's not going to look like this
Right.
one. It's just a different design.
How many pieces do you have made?
Now,
Yeah.
well, I had to send some to Washington for a photo shoot this week. Unfortunately, it happened now. I have a bench. Like,
Okay, so you have.
I have enough for a
Okay,
booth.
well, I was looking at this, and if you're still trying to make that, you know.
No, I keep moving. every
Arnold's
day,
rug.
like, I mean, okay, then I have like, this one is finished. Goes like this. This is leather and crystals. And it's reversible. With the earring to go with it. Oops. This is the earring. Then I have like a white version like this. I mean, it's kind of like evening
Yeah,
looking.
it's nice.
Thank you. Okay, and then I made a mini line for kids and teenagers, so it's kind of like funny. Like this. And this is okay. Well, okay, so this is made of clay actually, you know, the baked clay. This is
Thanks.
I mean, those are just for kids, you know.
Mhm.
So this would go for like $15.
Yeah, so you made all that
Yeah.
whole piece.
Yeah, I just put the stones in it and that's it. I mean, I made the flower and yeah. And I have a little donut. Okay, and
So are these the only things you? Are these the sorts of things you want to sell now? Not so much the bigger crosses
well,
and things.
no, I have the lucite too, but I mean, I didn't bring them back because you saw them the last time. I have pictures of it if you want to to remember what it's like.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you were gonna paint on them or do something more elaborate with them. I thought that.
The lucite.
The lucite was
the heart
from a-
ones.
I'm trying to remember. Maybe I
I'll
should.
tell you, the heart ones, the balls on the neck strand, the hearts weren't it didn't make 75% of that. And then on the cross one, she didn't bring the form. She dropped
Oh, I
it.
didn't know you wanted the mold from the cross.
So we've already denied these,
Yeah.
the hearts and the crosses,
Right,
the lucite ones,
Oh, I
correct?
thought you just wanted more of it, because you said you just wanted to see more of my work and. I mean, I have like other woven things like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's the same principle.
The woven chokers and things are fine. It's.
Yeah.
I just thought you were gonna bring
I
back.
have a lot of this. I mean.
So this is predominantly what you want to sell right now.
Mhm.
Okay.
This isn't really. Much more than that.
Yeah, some of these things I was wondering about.
Sort of
The, se-
borderline.
the 75 cent.
And originally when you brought
75%
that black
handmade.
one,
Well,
when
the
you said-
leather, I mean, I cut it and then I mean, there is very few beads on it if you really look at it, you know.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah, in my opinion, the beadwork has to be more. How can I put this? The beadwork itself has to make up for the fact of the 75% handmade in its design, rather than just being like bead stringing.
So if the beads are woven more into a pattern,
Right.
say like those other things a little bit, where they're a little more intricate
You
than
mean
just hanging down.
Like this in the
like
earrings.
this?
Well,
Yeah.
no. Well, like the clear one there,
Yeah.
perhaps, where they're sort of woven together.
Yeah,
and
I have a lot
You've
of
made a
this.
design out of them, and then just hanging straight down. So we're not real big on beads.
Yeah, the design here does not
The workmanship.
compensate for the 75% handmade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, the other products are okay. If this one was a little more detailed, say, where the beads are more of a design where you've tied them, looped them together,
Yeah.
like you've done the other ones, then that would be.
Yeah, I have a lot of woven things. I mean, I have, like, I have even like with the semi-precious stones like this.
Yeah, because that's what we want is more of a design, a piece of art than
Yeah.
just a string of
This
beads.
is all like woven, like semi-precious stones and pearls.
Right.
I mean, I had to send to for the show, but, or like this. This is all like Swarovski crystal, and it's all woven also. Or this.
Well, then it's 75% handmade because of your design,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
rather than being bead stringing.
yeah.
So some of these things are real borderline. So if you could keep to the design pieces that have a lot of, that's when people are gonna walk by your booth, you know, you want them to go, whoa, you know, look at that design,
Mm-hmm.
not just beads.
Yeah, so basically what we have there right now, that one, the black leather would not be acceptable without a little more intricate
Okay.
work on the beads. How do you feel about the other?
This doesn't
items?
make up for it.
No, if you won't know all of that, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
That's good. That's art. There's a lot of work in that.
This is a
That's my
unique piece.
opinion.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah.
good one because I'm not going to make it again.
So it's gonna be up to you to really understand our guidelines, so that when we walk by your booth, we see what we expect to see,
Absolutely, yeah.
you know?
No, I
So-
get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
because
yeah.
we'll have.
So with
tell you
that,
to load
with-
things up. and-
With that, I'll make a motion that we approve Claire de Rosa.
But you're, okay, well,
What?
state what you're gonna approve.
The
You're gonna
woven,
approve the woven.
the
and
clay
then-
pieces.
And then the clay
The
pieces.
clay pieces.
None of the lucite.
So you don't want the lucite, even the big hearts, because the 3 hearts is like really like 75% at least, because it's like 3 big pieces.
Yeah, what was our issue with that before? It's just, is beaded in just one heart?
What you said the last time was like the I'm sorry.
It had 3 hearts on it, and then the beads. It didn't stand out enough, you guys.
The lucite beads were a lot of that.
Okay. But
She has a
made,
picture of it.
you made all the lucite
Yeah.
beads?
No,
No.
not the beads.
Okay,
the
you
big
bought-
pieces, the
you
hearts
made-
and the cross.
I remember.
Okay, that's what you made, the hearts and the cross?
Yeah.
Okay.
She only brought the form for the hearts. Right.
And the beads kind of overshadowed the main piece, because there's
Correct.
so many of them, and she did not make those.
Correct.
Okay, then I remember.
Do you want to see again?
No, I remember now.
Yeah, so, well, do we want to, those instill denial, or we want to approve?
No, they'd still be in
Without-
denial.
We need to see them.
Yeah, and at best I remember, the beads that you did not make were more of the piece than the piece you did make. You know, the main,
Even on the hearts.
yeah, maybe I would need to see that again.
You want to see? Because on the cross, I agree that it's not 75%.
I think another issue was when we saw a picture, there were so many of the hearts in the booth at the time. It looked so,
Do you have a picture of the booth in there?
Excuse me?
Do you have pictures of the booth in there?
No, I don't. I didn't bring it back.
it was like 20 or
Yeah.
30 of just that one on display.
No, but you can only, you know.
Yeah, so you have these 3 hearts that you did produce, but then you've got, you know,
Yeah.
many pieces that are just strung on here that you did not.
Which are overriding.
Yeah.
So if there's less this, still if you had 3 and less of these, or,
Or I can put smaller beads if you want. Even for the cross, I
Can
don't
you-
have to have big ones. It could be like small.
how much more could you put of your own handmade items on here?
Well, I can.
No, I
mean,
recall.
I can put as much as.
Not
Well, the
hand,
cross, I mean, I couldn't put like more.
Yeah, just see your
crosses,
store-bought is overriding what the piece you made, so this isn't 75% of the necklace.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to establish,
what if all the
is
beads were
75% of
this
your
size?
work.
Yeah. What if all the beads were this size instead of this size?
It wouldn't really change anything as far as the assemblage.
How much work goes into making this? Is that a mold you,
Well, once your
you
mold
use?
is
You sand
done,
them or?
that's the whole work, because then I send the mold out to have it done anyway. So, I mean, I can
She
make-
doesn't pour it.
Okay,
No,
so
I
you
don't-
don't
I
pour,
don't
have
pour
you, did
the-
you make the mold or?
Yeah, I made the mold, and then I send it to a factory in New York. And I did the same with the heart, but I had the mold back
Yeah.
to show you.
Yeah.
I think at this time, personally, I would just vote for the woven beadwork
And the clay pieces.
than the clay pieces.
So you have enough there to get started?
Yeah.
Then maybe what you could do is, come back again later on and bring us,
Okay.
you know, a couple of those pieces with some
Well, I had
modifications.
something else in mind also, but I don't have anything to show you yet. So I have something
Okay.
cooking.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe do where, you know, where your beads are, maybe if you could do some kind of woven design of some kind, or I'll leave that up to the artist. But see,
You don't
that's
want
what
to
we're
come-
after, is more of, you know, you creating a design opposed to just putting beads on.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was the motion?
Yes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? None. Welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there-
Desert pit adoption.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Andrada.
Okay.
My name's Connie Wagner, and I'm the secretary and a member of the board for Desert Pet Adoptions. We work the Coachella Valley up to 29 Palms and over to Banning and Beaumont. We're a rescue and adoption group. In fact, right now I have 40 kittens, 6 mamas, and 9 ferals at my home. I work closely with Daryl at California Animal Control to make sure that everything's safe. What we're interested in doing is having a table of information. Our biggest thing is to get into the general mentality of people of spaying, neutering, shots, vaccine, the damage it is to turn animals loose within our city. Approximately 3 weeks ago, I got a call at 7 o'clock at night from Palm Springs Police Department. 2 young men, age about 10 years old, walked in with a box of 5 kittens into the police station and said, "We found these." They called me. I live 26 miles away. I drove in, picked up the kittens, bottle fed them for 3 weeks. And in about 2 weeks, they'll be ready for adoption. We're, through our spaying and neutering program, no animal is adopted through us unless it is spayed or neutered. It has its first and second shots. This deals with older cats, kittens, puppies, dogs. We handle, everything is done by contract. I have a copy of a lot of the contracts, including some of the ferals. Puppies that I was called from Animal Control in Desert Hot Springs, they did a wild dog roundup, were unable to catch the mother, caught 5 puppies. They called me and I came and got the puppies. One of the puppies had to have utopian surgery, both eyes, which is basically the eyelids turn in. We paid for it. This dog is now adopted and lives in Los Angeles. They do pay adoption fee. The adoption fee was $125. The vet bill on the back was $349. We absorbed that along with the spaying, neutering, all medical needs that the dog needed, along with all the kittens. We have reduced senior rates for our seniors over 60, where if they want to adopt an animal, we actually cut the fees in half. We're not making anything off of it. We don't make anything off of any of them. But mostly what we want to do is information. This one, we work with animal birth control, low-cost spaying and neutering. We also work with Animal Samaritans. We do numerous newspaper ads with Animal Samaritans and Save a Pet. And this is a brief description of the type of information we'd like to give out. This is more biased towards cats, but short notice, sorry. We also offer the assistance for people who say, "I can't afford it." We help them find avenues like Actors and Others, Animal Samaritans, different groups who can assist them in funding the spaying and neutering. We offer also assistance to pick up and deliver animals to be spayed and neutered for some of our seniors who can't always go and get an animal and take it down there and come back and get it. And so what we're looking at is a table manned by people with information. Our ultimate goal would be to have some select animals in cages, but I don't know if weather permitting would allow it. We would not adopt on the street, but we do adopt every Saturday and Sunday at Petco in Palm Desert. We're there 8 hours or 7 hours on Saturday and 12 hours on Sunday, where we do adoptions.
How long has Desert Pet Adoptions been in existence?
The original organization, Lick and something, started in 1985. They changed the name to Desert Pet Adoptions in March of 2002.
I think you do a wonderful thing.
Well,
Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being there for these poor little animals. They just don't have any other
well,
place to go sometimes.
the biggest thing is the spaying and neutering, and upon occasion, animals do have to be euthanized. I had one that was brought to my home, and they turned it loose in my yard. It got into my home and attacked a cat. I went with a broom to separate him. The cat bit me, and I immediately had to take the cat and myself in. And the cat, although did not have anything that was contagious or would endanger me, I was put on antibiotics, and the cat injured itself being caged, and it wasn't adoptable. But right now I do have 9 ferals at my house, and I even have pictures of them. They are unadoptable, but they were caught within the city limits, and you can't turn them back loose. You just can't, turn them to loose, run to be hit by cars or be tormented. Or I'm not sure if you guys know about the gentleman who was in the 2nd story of the apartment building throwing kittens into the pool, who was recently arrested.
You're kidding. I didn't hear
No.
about that.
That happened either La Quinta or 1,000 Palms. There's the gentleman's 2nd story apartment building whose cat had kittens, and him and his buddy were intoxicated and making bets on how long the kittens would survive above water as he threw them from the balcony into the swimming pool below.
That's why your program is so
So you
important.
deal with a lot of issues, don't you?
A lot. And the biggest thing is communication and talking to people.
Are you going to have some of this information at your booth, like about
Yes,
indoor
except-
cats live longer than, and just like about string and like just information like
Mostly
this?
information, and then also having a complete listing of the vets in the area, the different shelters, the who to call. Over at Palm Springs Animal Control, they have a wonderful flyer there that they give to people when they come in there, and it states, if your pet's lost, these are the 2 radio stations that will promote it right away. This is the Desert Sun number that you want to call. The other thing is giving people an avenue when they're moving out of town and they get desperate, or if it's a landlord who has now taken back a property or has gone into a rental and there's animals left there by the prior tenant, what to do. The big thing is communication, and that's what we want to help. We've had numerous workings with the gay population here in town. Partners have passed away and they're lost, and we've been able to match them up with animals, and we work with them. So it's just a variety of things, but most of it, 99% of it, is not so much the adoption, it's awareness and communication.
Well, I think it's wonderful. I make a motion to approve Desert Pet Adoptions.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Welcome. Good luck.
I have something else.
Oh.
More?
Well, I'm not sure how this goes. We are a nonprofit, and we'd like to have something there. Like when the surgery for Annie came up, we did have something where it was a complete bio on Annie, where we seek donations, and I do not know if that's something that we can do, where we can have a donation with information in regards to our group. A lot of times when we talk to people, generally, even if people come to my house for an estate sale and they see all the cats, they're handing me money to keep it going because they can't own a cat, or they've been there or done it. And I don't
How
want
does
to-
that work? Are we allowed to?
Was it what, making donations?
Donations?
Yeah, like a little
I was gonna say,
donation
there's not a
box or
problem
something.
with
Yeah,
that, yeah.
that's,
Yeah, the Shriners or
oh, that's
Take
true.
donations.
Girl
Absolutely.
Scouts, that's all donations.
Okay, that's what I wanted to find
Absolutely.
out then.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, if anyone needs a cat. Like 65.
You get lonely. I have 17 litter boxes I change every day.
Yikes.
Leanne Dye.
Hi.
Did I pronounce your name right?
Len Tai, my name is Len Tai. This is the princess something.
Tag. Tag.
Magnets? Yeah, magnets.
So are you making all these with, never
Yeah,
mind,
this is the
a mold?
model. And this is the model. This is the big 95. And this is
Did you make the molds?
yeah. And this is the cotton. This is the ends. And this is the spider. I almost put his head inside for the magnets.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
And this is green.
So then, do you cut this out more? Where it's a deeper cut?
Yeah. I used a wood pen to draw it. It's too wet. I almost put it out.
All right.
Kind of cute for bugs, aren't they?
Yeah, twisted paper. How many people make them?
My husband and my
Just you and your husband?
yeah. I have no work and I do it at my home every day.
All right.
And this is my picture, my painting.
We already have some.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
there's
husband
somebody
has
out.
it down there.
Oh.
Her husband, and we got two of them doing it.
Huh.
So this is already approved.
I think she said she'll do it. duty.
So basically, she could be doing it herself as opposed to her husband. Are you doing this one?
Yeah, I
This-
can do it.
Then your husband's already there?
Yeah,
He does them now?
he's outside.
Okay,
Yeah, I can do it also.
okay, so you want to be able to do them too is what
Yeah.
you are after?
I use this pen.
Okay,
Is it at the same booth or with,
yep, same booth?
okay.
So it's just like an add-on, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, just
Okay.
just add her on for that, and then her husband's already doing it, and they have the same booth.
Okay.
You also have here an image of Buddha.
This one, it's not my made.
You didn't make it?
Yeah, I don't make it.
Oh, you just want to,
Most of Asians like this.
Did you make them?
No,
No?
No.
Okay.
well, I'll make a motion that we approve the insects and for her to do the, I don't know what they're called.
Art painting. I
The art
guess.
paintings as well.
I'll second.
That motion would include?
Not the
no,
Buddha.
Not the Buddha.
No.
Okay, no Buddha.
another product.
Yeah, everything else is okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Welcome.
Thank
Good.
you.
Good luck.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly Farms?
Good afternoon, Gary Kelly. Sorry I couldn't bring you some of our wonderful fruit. I got to the ranch and a large truck was just leaving from a major grocery store chain and bought every berry they picked this morning. But we're farmers in the Chino area, Chino, Montclair, Ontario, and we raise camarosas, strawberries, and white sweet corn, and a few tomatoes on the edge of the fields. And we do about we specialize in the farmers markets. We presently do 19 of them. Plus, we have about 8 stands on the side of the road. That's our main thrust of our business. And we like to sell strawberries and corn out here.
Where's your farms?
Chino
Chino?
is this where the office is, and we have 6 fields. Nobody has fields anymore. You have a little patch. Land so valuable, you use a little here and a little there.
Are they in the Chino area also,
Yes.
your fields?
Yes. Chino, Ontario, Montclair, Pomona, and one in Norco, one in Riverside. So,
Where are we for percentages on
Two just quit.
two just quit?
Yeah.
Okay, so
There we go.
that won't be an issue,
Really long, starts in the summer.
as long as you start in the summer.
Yeah.
When do you want to start?
Thursday's good.
Thursday?
Yeah, we're in our prime season right now, and we'll be through July with the camarosas. We have some Chandler strawberries that may go a little further.
And how's your seasons? A lot of these, your strawberries will be out of season at,
And we'll go through July probably.
Through July.
Right. Then the corn will go through August to September. It's white, Jubilee white, sweet, super sweet corn, Chino
Yeah.
corn. So.
all right.
And then we start picking again in February normally to start one year.
Sounds good.
I make a motion to approve Kelly Farms.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Welcome. Good
Thank
luck.
you very much. Hey,
Thank
so
you.
did I miss something? Can we get in this Thursday?
Yeah,
Well, I'll call you tomorrow, because you need cert papers, you need a lot of things, so I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, call. Okay,
but how
great.
about the clerk's office for any of that business?
Then you go down and get that if you think you're gonna get everything in.
If-
You go to the permit and liability insurance down at City Hall office.
At the clerk's office? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Nancy Young?
Lyman. We're reading it off your paper,
Oh,
so whatever,
sorry.
whatever it looks like to us.
I
that's what
faxed that really
we read
fast.
it off of. And I wasn't looking
Okay.
at it.
So this is not Nancy Young, this
No,
is,
it's Nancy Lyman, yeah. Well, I
okay.
put young too, I don't know.
I'm young. Not really, not anymore.
Yes, you are.
We have been out for, I think we've been here 5 years now. We make blown glass sculpture. And we added a new piece. Back in September, October, my son and husband came up with a new design. And it's really taken off. It's very popular. And, but Elaine says, I gotta get it approved. So I brought it to get approved. And what it is a glass sculpture piece wrapped in copper. You can see. And it hangs like a sun catcher, and when it rotates, it's an optical illusion in glass. We call it a twisting glass. My husband makes the glass sculpture, and I got hornswoggled into making all the copper, wrapping the copper. We use fishing line, and I give the customers line about this long, so it really goes for a long time. They can hang it in their patio, over their computer, or in the kitchen. And I make it in many colors because everybody keeps asking for more colors. And it's doing really well. People love it. And they'll buy them as gifts to take home to somebody that's watching their house, or they'll buy them for themselves. And we're totally making it ourselves. And it's actually, we're trying to work on a copyright on it because there's nothing else out there like it, we don't think. You know,
It's mesmerizing to look at
It's fun.
after a while.
It goes up and down.
How much are they?
I'm starting them at 10. They'd start at 10 for the small one. I make a double one for 20 and a triple for 30. And somebody out here requested one 6 balls. I made it for 55. And I'll show you my husband's. Oh, here's all my goodies. Here's all my-
Yeah, it's freaky.
Isn't that trippy? A lot of the baby boomers like me call it a tripping glass. I say it's a twisting glass, but they change it to a tripping glass.
It's bizarre. Very cool.
A lot of fun. And I'm doing other colors. I do yellow, I do a red,
Where to start?
champagne pink I call it.
Cool.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
The glass is all clear when you first blow it?
Oh, yeah. Glass starts out in rods. You see the rods in
I see the rods, yeah.
It starts out totally clear. I use lusters, I use lacquer-based stains. That's kind of my part of the job. Everything is fired in a kiln so it's strong. Because if you don't fire glass in a kiln, it cracks. So everything is fired in a kiln. And the copper, the little hooks, I make those too. That's a different size copper for the hooks. I do use Walmart fishing line because we found that works the best, and I haven't had any break on me yet.
What's the pound test you're using on your fishing?
It's 10, light.
10?
10, yeah.
Yeah.
And this, I think this size copper is 14 or 12, and then this one's 8 gauge. So I can bend this around pretty good to work the ball in where I want it.
Everything good with the pictures? 'Cause these are cool.
Yeah. That's all the copper we've had to buy to make these.
Where's your glass receipts?
Well, there's one there. There's one for hacker glass.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You know, when we buy glass, we usually buy large quantities at a time. It's in there. It's under hacker. We buy our glass from, if you ever went to Knott's Berry Farm, we buy our glass from the original glass blower's wife in Knott's Berry Farm, Harold Hacker, who has now passed away. His wife still sells glass to all the glass workers down in Buena Park.
Color.
So there's quite a process to them. Each ball probably takes 5 minutes for my husband to actually sculpt and make, but then they have to go into a kiln for an hour. Then they come out, they get stained or they get a luster put on for another hour in the kiln. And then I have to do the copper part. So it's a long process, but they're a lot of fun.
Well, I think they're really cool. If everything's good with the Fix-It Man here. I'll make a motion to approve
Thank you.
the twist glass sculptures.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None?
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
They're really neat.
I know, they're fun.
Wings of Creation. Creations.
I'm adding on to what I already have in their handbags. I'll just pass around a couple. Variation in texture and
What
pattern.
booth do you have now?
Pardon me?
What booth do you have now?
Wings of Creation.
What do you?
What's your product?
Acrylic butterflies, dragonflies, and hummingbirds.
Okay.
Want to see any more?
Do you have any that you paint on, or?
I have some that I bead on. I'm not going to be beading on all of them.
Is basically, if you do not paint on these or do any kind of more artwork, these are not acceptable.
Really?
Yeah. These
So I
all-
have to bead on them?
Well, basically, I don't want to say all you've done, but all you've done is just taken fabric and sewn it.
Right.
Well, there's no real art value.
Okay,
We're
well,
sort
I'll
of, we're
bead
after
on 'em.
art, not,
You want to use your, after you've created the purse, you want to use it like as your canvas and create some sort of
Okay,
artwork
I'll
on
bead
it.
on them.
Beadwork,
Yeah.
You want to see more
Artwork.
beadwork?
paint on them,
Bead or paint? Okay.
but which has to be 75% of the product you're beading. So a couple little beads won't do it.
Like this won't do it, those won't do it,
This,
These here.
those.
could we see that closer, that one, please? Like, did you do this work up here?
No.
Yeah.
They're a little light in the
Yeah, I don't think
percentage.
it's enough though.
So that just making the bags is not enough? What, okay, so how much beadwork?
A lot. 75% of this product.
Oh my God, really? Do you know what that's gonna do
75%.
to my eyesight?
Well, hopefully eat a lot of carrots from that produce guy we just proved.
The rules and regulations of VillageFest state that products need to be 75% handmade, so handcrafted. So then the actual purse itself is considered assemblage.
Oh my God, even my own patterns and everything is assemblage? Okay, all right, let's not waste time.
Sorry.
I'll make a motion that we deny Wings of Creation for their add-on of purses.
A second.
All in favor?
Wait.
Aye.
Unless it's 75%.
You'll have to
So
bring it
You have to
back.
bring it back.
This one's
Yep.
mud, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. Oh, boy. Kozvdita? No, that's, I'm butchering this one.
James.
James.
Kovesti, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it
Help me out.
simple.
Help me out.
John, actually, is.
Kovis?
Actually, it's John.
Hi, John.
We gotta look at the application, we gotta look at the.
Hi.
Hi.
How do you pronounce that name? Kovesti?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, no.
My last name is Hokenettle, so I should know better.
I want to change for Simon. So, thank you very much for this opportunity, so the possibility to show my products and my works to and selling to the people. First of all, I would like to show you my photographs of what I did. This is a traditional photochemical technique photographs, original photo paper, and the chemical.
Just pass it around? Or you just
So,
pass,
pass them around.
or you just pass
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing a limited editions, usually 300 and 500 pieces, and so.
What you said? Oh.
Usually I shot the pictures in Europe earlier, just since 30 years. And I bring negatives here and
Cimarron.
I want to
Yeah,
share.
it must be.
Yeah, it's in the wash.
Do you show anywhere now? Do you show your work anywhere now?
No,
No?
no. I start right now because we just moved here from Pasadena area a few months ago, and this all prints, the first prints, the first 10 is my own collection, and it started at 11.
Oh yeah, I noticed they were also 11.
Yeah.
Maybe 12 here and there, but I see.
What do pictures this size cost?
It starts around 40 and ended around 300.
So these would be 40?
Yeah, probably. And I bring, this is not computer technique, original negatives and Leica size and 6x6, 6x9 and 9x12 centimeters. So, secondly, I would like to selling my drawings and paintings. Oh, and of course with frame together. So not only without frame, just this is a sample. One more.
Those you can just hold up. I don't know, they're so fragile. I don't want to.
This is original drawings.
Okay.
Yeah, just hold those
Yeah,
up
just
there.
hold them up. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Suggested.
It's a vampire. And I bring a few paintings. It's two different It's made on canvas too, and this style. So, like original icons. And this one sample, what I started to painting. That's how I'm doing this.
Who's, that's not a signature on the top, is it?
Have you signed anywhere?
Yes, at the left down corner, JK.
Yeah. That's not his initials.
And I'm doing a fine art restoration in this in Cathedral City, and I would like to show the people this job, maybe somebody interesting for.
Your booth at VillageFest. You just want to sell and present your artwork and your photographs.
Yes.
Nothing in this book. You're just showing us.
I think
your
you just
other-
wanted to show people, or
Show pieces
They-
that he's restored.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
you weren't going to sell
So
any of
they're not
those. You were
for
just going to
sale.
show that what
Yeah,
you,
my first
what a
money is
Renaissance
coming
man
from-
you really are.
So, probably everybody needs restoration, whether it's
So you just-
porcelain frames or something broken or
Yeah.
scratches.
I understand.
I think this is a good possibility to show my fine art restoration work too.
You okay with showing the book? Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve Covesti art design.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? None opposed? Welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good
Appreciate
luck.
it. Thank you.
Helen's Art and Craft. Hand-painted t-shirt caps. Did you know that?
Hello.
This is my catalog. I do the Chinese watercolor painting on white paper.
And when 1984 I moved to the Bay Area, I start to the hand painting shirt for my income, you know. And the last year I moved to the Los Angeles. I have a friend tell me about this, so I just try.
We can't do any wearable apparel,
Something like this.
No clothing.
no clothing, no hats.
But I do the painting. No?
We just don't allow apparel whatsoever.
Okay. How about this
We don't
kind?
allow apparel whatsoever.
This kind is I make.
No apparel, no clothing, no apparel, no t-shirts, no hats, no, only your paintings if you want.
Oh. So even I make a.
Even if
dress.
you make it, no.
How about a skirt? I have some
Vests,
something like it. I made it myself. Each one is different. I bought a material and I cut and make it a thin. Each one is different.
you want some more?
Well, probably one would be.
That must be, no, stitched on.
They're stitched on,
Yeah.
and they're uneven. Pucker marks if you look.
Yeah,
These are my painting.
that'll work, man.
It's very nice.
Not machine done yet.
She's showing the painting.
Yeah.
And this is the largest one.
So you're the artist?
Yeah.
You do it all?
Yeah. This is a small piece.
Are they all signed?
Pardon?
Signed?
The
What's
name?
your name?
Oh, in here, title. And I sign the Chinese name here. And the chapter.
Okay, hold that one up.
Yeah.
No, just hold it up, that's okay. Did the same as that other one?
I don't know, I didn't look that close.
You want to see?
Yeah.
I sign the name.
That's okay. I got long arms.
Yeah, this is Westerlia. I do my favorite is flower. You know? I do a lot of different kind of flower.
It's the same. So what do you think about these scarves?
They are hand painted.
Yeah.
We have somebody down there right now that's doing
Yep.
similar. I mean, not similar.
So they're not,
They're scarves that are.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
These are just a different.
yeah,
Or even, I don't know, I mean, these are paint, there's paint on this too, isn't there? No, it's just beaded, but,
yeah.
and that's pretty, that's a lot of work.
It's all stitched on.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be in the same category as wearable apparel. It's more of
Not scarves,
an accessory
accessories.
type.
How about the hats? What do those fall under? I mean, they're
They
hand
don't.
painted.
Apparel.
Some
Yeah.
apparel. Yeah, but Toby's down there, but is that because he makes his hat then, or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It makes the whole hat.
Okay, just asking. I like Toby, don't get me wrong.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve Helen's Art and Craft to sell her paintings and her scarves.
I, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? So these are okay? The scarves?
But none of the other clothes, just the scarves are okay.
And the painting, right?
Yeah.
Yes, paintings are great too.
Thank you.
Brindy Sherwood? Mexi Candles.
Sorry for my voice, I'm kind of a little sick. But most of my brother just like candles made it with containers from Mexico, which is they made it by hand. The clay made one of my cousins, and the glass is my brother, my big brother. They made it in Mexico. It's everything made it by blow glass. And I do what is the wax, and put the essence and the additives to conserve the essence and the wax and the color. This is a 3 weeks candle.
Do you have any pictures of them making these?
Yep.
So all of this, the glass is made in Mexico.
By Mexico, yes.
And you,
I make the
candle?
wax. Yeah, the candle.
Is that import? How does that work? 'Cause, I don't know.
Make
well,
this
we'd have to
ceramic
be
too.
just approving the candle, and the other would be the container.
And I make pillars too, which I make the sticker, the label, the tag, and the sticker. I made it too. And everything is done.
Yeah, well. Well, yeah, while your candles are very nice, I just personally think that we have too many candle booths. When with VillageFest shrinking down in the summer, I just, candles and potpourri, or what do you call it? So what's it?
Salts.
Bath salts?
Bath salts and the other things that you.
The Scoopy.
Yeah, they're just everywhere. So that's my opinion on candles. While they're very nice candles, I just think we have too many. As it is, we just have so many candle booths.
There's a plethora of candles.
Okay.
Motion.
I make a motion to deny Mexican candles.
Second it.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? None?
Sorry, just we have too many candles right now.
That's okay. Thanks.
Pretty Baby. Is that all your stuff?
This is my,
There?
yeah, that's some of my stuff too.
You need help?
Oh, no, I'm fine, thank you.
Such a gentleman.
Yeah. I heard you deny the lady that made the handbags, and all my stuff is sewn also. And I make diaper bags out of diapers. And this is my own design. I don't think anybody's ever come up with this. I don't know. I also do vintage blankies with the vintage fabric. I order that. And the, what they call the burp cloth. And I match them up to the blankies. I don't know whether you want to take a look at these. I use my own patterns. And
I'm working on it.
I also have a chenille. I don't know whether that's an older fabric that's not too easy to find anymore. And the crochet.
What does something like this sell for?
They're selling for about, well, that one there is about $40, $45. This one's a little more of a work. It's a little more intricate with the crochet around it. And that would be probably about $60 with the matching little towel. And let's see. I also have cowboy, Hawaiian
pass them back
set.
then.
And this is all vintage fabric, like I said. These were made in like the 60s, and they're just special ordered.
How old is this?
That's probably from the 60s also.
But it's new fabric.
Yeah,
It's
new
just
fabric.
reproduced, yeah.
Vintage prints.
Right, vintage prints, or reproduction. But they are sewn. And I have a lot of burp cloths with the little appliques. And, let's see what else. I have the little towels with the little matching soaps. I make the soaps also.
So basically, we're in the same situation.
Right,
as
I heard you
everything,
tell
so-
the.
As much as I love them, yeah.
Before you
Just-
pull
before you-
anything
Yeah.
else out.
No, I heard
Yeah.
you say that you think sewing is not an art, but I disagree. I think we
Well,
should
it
include
is an
more
art, but it's,
It
in
is
our
art
rule
form.
books, is,
Yeah, somebody
you
should
know.
look into that, because it is an art, and a lot of people, aren't sewing anymore. And it's just a shame that, I know a lot of people are looking for
yeah.
handy.
Because some things are a lot nicer than other things,
Mhm.
but, our hands are tied.
Oh, I.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They are. They're nice.
Yeah,
They're sweet.
it's
They're
very
cuddly.
nice.
They're.
And
I'd like
You
to
have-
see
you
it.
have a fantastic
I've
product.
already had a lot of people express
Yeah.
interest in them, and as far as, people who've seen them. So that's what got me out here, is that I'm selling them, but I thought I'd just, put myself out there a little more. But
Well, if we ever change those rules, you're first on the list.
You know what?
Especially I have a sister-in-law that's expecting twins
There you
any
go.
day.
There you go. Like I
And I
said,
would
there-
be one of your first customers.
Think of that, 2 of each. Wow.
Wow, yeah, I do have a lot of people that are buying them, so.
Your twins,
you know,
really?
Twins.
That's gonna
yeah.
cost
twins,
you.
yeah.
Sister-in-law. Oh.
Oh, no, I've got the satin.
You have any-
I don't know,
Well-
you said not to pull them out, so.
Well, no, but you have, I was gonna ask, do you have anything else to say for
How fun though. Got babies over there.